If you've been watching AI videos but still feel stuck on how to actually make your first dollar, this is for you. You've seen the headlines. One marketer making over $50,000 in 4 months. Someone else building a simple AI tool and selling it for $10,000. But when you sit down at your computer, it feels like a different world. It feels overwhelming. This video is the guide I wish existed when I started. No fluff. We're going to walk through 7 proven ways to stop playing with AI and start building a real income with it. And I'll give you the exact first step for each one. But first, you need to understand a critical shift that's happening right now. That first gold rush of using AI for simple freelance writing, it's over. It's become a race to the bottom. Since powerful AI became available to everyone, job postings for freelance writers have dropped by a third. The real money is no longer in doing the manual work. It's in building the machine that does the work. This means creating AI systems and automated workflows for businesses. Think of a real estate firm with hundreds of agents. Instead of a huge marketing team, they use one AI system to draft customized blog posts for every single agent. Or look at Slate magazine. Their AI system generated over 2,000 sales leads in its first month with zero extra work from their team. This is the entire game. Shifting from a service provider to a system builder. The 7 methods I'm about to show you aren't about writing blog posts for $10. They are about building these exact kinds of AI-powered systems. And the first method is the one almost nobody is talking about, but it's the easiest way to start. It's becoming an AI efficiency consultant. Think about your local plumber or a personal trainer or the person who runs the coffee shop down the street. They are experts at their craft, not at writing marketing emails. They're drowning in admin tasks, trying to figure out social media, and answering the same 5 customer questions over and over. Here's the opportunity. 40% of small businesses are trying to use AI. But a staggering 74% of them admit they aren't getting any real value from it. They're stuck. They have the tool, but no idea how to make it work for them. That's the gap you fill. You don't need to be a coder. You're a problem solver. You teach them how to use a tool like ChatGPT for their specific business. For that plumber, you would create custom instructions that teach the AI about his company, his service area, and his friendly tone. Then, you build him a simple library of prompts. So instead of staring at a blank screen, he just copies and pastes. Write a week of social media posts about preventing frozen pipes in Chicago. Instantly, he gets a week of marketing done in 30 seconds. You don't need a technical degree for this. If you can understand a small business and write clear instructions, you can absolutely do this. You're selling them back their most valuable asset, their time. So what does this actually look like in your bank account? Entry-level AI consultants charge between $50 and $150 an hour. Let's be conservative. You find just 3 local businesses. You help each for 5 hours a month at $50 an hour. That's an extra $750 a month just by making their lives easier. Now, if consulting isn't your style, the second method is for anyone who hates getting terrible sales emails. You're going to build a hyper-personalized outreach engine. We've all gotten that awful cold email. Dear sir or madam, I came across your company and I know we can provide value. Delete. The average reply rate for a cold email is a pathetic 5%. Why? Because it's generic spam. But what if your email looked like this? Hey Sarah, I saw on LinkedIn that your team just won the Innovation Award. That new predictive analytics tool you launched looks incredible. I had a thought on how you could apply that same logic to your customer onboarding. See the difference? The first one is a template. The second one is a conversation starter. The secret is that you don't have to spend hours doing the research. ChatGPT becomes your personal research assistant. Here's the process. You find a prospect on LinkedIn. You copy the URL of their profile and their company's website. You feed both into the AI with a simple prompt. Analyze this person's recent activity and their company's news. Find one specific positive achievement and write a short, congratulatory email that opens a door for a conversation about my marketing services. That's it. In seconds, you have an email that proves you've done your homework. And the data is undeniable. Personalized emails get a 33% higher response rate. One software company that did this saw a 45% jump in open rates and a 30% boost in conversions. So how do you turn this into a business? You don't sell emails, you sell qualified leads. You go to other businesses, marketing agencies, consultants, software companies, and offer a simple package: 50 hyper-personalized leads delivered to their inbox every month for $500. This isn't a made-up price. Companies already pay between $400 and $1,000 a month for these kinds of campaigns. You're just doing it better and faster with AI. Land just 2 clients, and you've built a $1,000 a month recurring revenue stream. You're not a cold caller, you're a high-tech intelligence operator for businesses that need to grow. This next step is where it gets really exciting. Method 3 is where we stop selling tasks and start selling systems. Forget charging $50 for a blog post. We're building an AI-assisted content system that you can sell for $1,200 a month every single month. This isn't about just writing articles. It's about becoming a client's entire content engine. Here's how it works. First, you use AI to do the heavy lifting. You can ask it to generate a complete 3-month content calendar for a niche business, like a blog for sustainable home gardening. In seconds, you have a strategic plan that would take a human days to research. Then, you pick a topic from that calendar, say, a beginner's guide to composting, and have the AI create a detailed, SEO-optimized outline. From there, it produces a high-quality first draft. That's 80% of the work done in minutes, but here's the part that makes you irreplaceable. The AI draft is just the raw material. You are the craftsman. This is where you add the human touch that 90% of marketers agree is essential for quality. You're refining the brand's unique voice, adding creative storytelling, and fact-checking every single claim. You are the quality control. So how do you justify that $1,200 monthly retainer? You stop framing it as 4 articles a month. You frame it as a fractional employee. You tell the client, for $1,200 a month, I am delivering the output of a $60,000 a year junior content manager. You're giving them the speed of AI with the strategic oversight of a human expert. Agencies that build these AI-driven systems are already reporting a 28% increase in their average retainer values. You're not selling words, you're selling a predictable, scalable content machine that grows their business. This next method is for anyone who's ever been stuck on hold. We're going to build a tireless 24/7 customer service agent powered by AI. Think about it. Every business has customers with questions. Hiring a human team to answer them around the clock is incredibly expensive. But what if you could offer them a solution that never sleeps, never gets tired, and costs a fraction of a single salary? Here's the plan. You create a custom AI agent trained on a company's specific data, all their support documents, product manuals, and past customer conversations. This isn't a generic chatbot. This is a specialized expert on their business. Look at the payment company Klarna. Their AI assistant is handling the workload of 700 full-time human agents. It resolves customer problems in under 2 minutes, down from 11. And its customer satisfaction score is the exact same as its human counterparts. This is a proven model, and you don't need to be a master coder to do it. With the rise of simple AI agent builders, you can set these up without writing a single line of code. You are the strategist who finds the business, understands their pain, and implements the AI solution. So how do you price this? You're not selling a piece of software. You're selling an operational upgrade. You offer it as a monthly retainer for implementation and support. Let's say you charge just $950 a month. The average business sees operational cost reductions of 20 to 40% by doing this. They get a positive return on their investment in less than 6 months. You're saving them thousands while building a recurring income stream for yourself. Now, before we go further, I need to be brutally honest with you. That human-in-the-loop system isn't just a best practice, it's the only thing that works. I learned this the hard way. Early on, I landed what I thought was the perfect client, an $800 blog post package. I was so excited. I figured I could just use ChatGPT, spend a couple of hours on prompts, and walk away with a huge profit. It felt like I'd found a cheat code. Then the client's email hit my inbox. The subject line was just, refund request. He said the content was robotic, repetitive, and completely uninspired. He was right. It had no soul, no original insight. People are getting smarter, and they can spot generic AI content from a mile away. My client saw it instantly. That $800 failure taught me the most important lesson of my career. You cannot sell the AI. You have to sell the solution. The client wasn't paying for an AI subscription. He was paying for engaging blog posts that would attract customers. The raw, unedited AI output failed to deliver that. The real value isn't the tool, it's the human expertise guiding the tool. This brings us to method 5, which is my favorite because it's a pure system. It's called the content multiplier service. Think about a business owner who creates one great piece of content. Maybe it's a podcast or a webinar. It's packed with value, but once it's published, it just sits there. It dies. They simply don't have the time or the team to share it effectively across all their other platforms. That's the exact problem you solve. You take that one piece of long-form content, and with AI, you become their force multiplier. You turn it into an entire marketing campaign. I'm talking about taking a single podcast transcript and turning it into 10 sharp tweets, 3 detailed LinkedIn posts, a full SEO-optimized blog outline, and even blurbs for their next newsletter. And this isn't just busy work. The data is undeniable. Companies that actively repurpose their content see double the engagement rates. Why? Because you're meeting customers on every platform, not just one. It's a proven strategy, which is why a massive 94% of marketers already do it to maximize their reach. You're saving your client 60 to 80% of the time it would take to do this themselves. That's why you can confidently package this service as a monthly retainer for around $750. For a busy founder, that's not an expense. It's an investment in getting the absolute most out of every single thing they create. Alright, method number 6. What if you could sell a single document for $2,000? This isn't a fantasy. It's about replacing a service that is incredibly expensive. Market research. Hiring a top freelance research consultant costs an average of $1,000 a day. A single off-the-shelf report can easily run $4,000. Most small businesses are flying completely blind because they simply can't afford this level of insight. This is where you come in as an AI-powered market research analyst. Here's the plan. You use AI to do what a team of analysts used to do in weeks. You feed it vast amounts of public data, customer reviews from Amazon, comments from social media, and articles from a competitor's website. You then prompt it to synthesize everything into a single high-value document, a SWOT analysis. This breaks down your client's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This isn't theoretical, it's exactly how giants like PepsiCo analyze consumer data to successfully launch their bubbly sparkling water line. You can now offer this same level of strategic intelligence to smaller businesses who are desperate for it. You package this up as a one-off competitive landscape report and you charge a flat fee of $2,000. You're delivering the insights of a $1,000 a day consultant powered by AI for a fraction of the cost. You're not just selling a prompt, you're selling clarity. And for a business owner, that is priceless. So far, we've talked about individual methods, but the real business, the one that generates scalable, recurring revenue, is in combining them. This is the automated workflow agency. You stop selling individual services and start selling a complete end-to-end system that solves a business's biggest problem, getting more clients. Remember that machine we talked about at the beginning? This is how you build it. Imagine this system for a local business, like a real estate agency. First, an AI-powered system scrapes online listings and social media to find potential home sellers. That's your lead generation, running on autopilot. Then, it automatically nurtures those leads with personalized emails and local market update reports. That's your content engine, building trust while you sleep. And when a lead responds with a question at 10 p.m. on a Sunday, an AI chatbot answers instantly, 24/7, and schedules a call right on the agent's calendar. That's your support and conversion team. You see what's happening here? You are selling a fully automated client acquisition machine, and this machine works. Companies that implement AI in their sales process see a revenue uplift of up to 15%. Those 24/7 chatbots? They can boost lead conversion rates by as much as 40% simply because they engage instantly. You're freeing up the business owner to do what they do best, building relationships and closing deals. This is an incredibly high-value service. The market for AI in marketing is projected to grow from $20 billion to over $80 billion in the next few years. Agencies are already charging anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 a month for these exact services. So let's look at the numbers for you. Let's say you charge a very reasonable retainer of $1,400 a month to build and manage this system. Land just 3 clients. That's it. 3. You've now built a business generating over $4,000 every single month. That is the power of building a real automated business, not just selling your time for one-off tasks. Okay, that was 7 different paths. Don't get stuck trying to decide which one is perfect. The most important thing is to start. So here is your exact mission for tonight, not tomorrow. Tonight, pick one of the first 3 services I mentioned: AI efficiency consultant, personalized outreach, or the AI content system. Just one. Then, go to your LinkedIn profile and update your headline to reflect that service. Something simple like AI content systems for small businesses. That's it. That's your first step. It makes it real. A year from now, you could be making an extra $3,000 a month, or you could still be watching videos and wondering. The only difference is starting, and you now have a clear path to do that. If this was helpful, subscribe. Every video here is about building real income with AI. No hype, just actionable strategies. See you in the next one.